Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm already very sweaty. I'm taking a walk up to Bamford Edge again today. I don't know if you guys remember the last time I was here we had Storm Dave coming in, and I started to head up towards Bamford Edge. I've been over to Hattersage and up to Stanage Edge and then followed the walk around to Bamford Edge. And started up towards the edge itself, and the wind was just far too much for me. Very strong gusts at that point. So today I've come back. I'm going to head up Bamford Edge again, and then I'm going to head back down where I am right now and go a little bit further down the road. There's a pub. I'm going to have my lunch in there, and then from there I'm going to head up Win Hill, which is just the other side of the valley here. So hopefully that's going to work out nicely, and hopefully there'll be some great shots, some great photos from these views that I'm about to see. But shouldn't take me too much longer now to get to Bamford Edge. It is only just over here. You can't see it properly from where I am. I can just about see the top of it, but it should only take me a few minutes really to get up there, and then I'll be ready to head back down once I've taken a few photos up there, obviously. So come along with me. So I'm actually up almost at the top of Bamford Edge now. It's been a bit of a slog getting up here, more so than I remember it being before. But yeah, I'm at the top of it now. There's a bit of moorland here to walk through first of all, and then I'll get kind of right onto the edge itself. And then from there, there's some fantastic views over to Ladybower Reservoir. And that's what I wanted to show you the last time I was here, but unfortunately because of the wind, I just didn't think it was very safe to be up here at that point. So probably about another 10 minutes and I'll start taking some photos. There's a nice view just here, looking over towards Bamford Village itself. So I think I'm going to stop here and take a photo of that anyway. We've got some beautiful heather and these rocks jutting out in the foreground. And then obviously further down the hill you've got Bamford in the distance there, and it looks quite nice. And every now and then there's just the right amount of light to capture a shot there, so I'll set up here and take this photo. Okay, so that is Win Hill somewhere behind me, over in that direction. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there now. I don't think I've got enough time to be able to get back down from Bamford Edge and back over to Win Hill and all the way back into Bamford to get my train home. But as you can see, the clouds are kind of drawing in a bit now, and sort of I think the weather's going to turn a bit. I don't mind that so much. I do have a waterproof in my bag, but I just don't really have the time now to be trying to head up to the top of Win Hill in these conditions at the moment. So I can always come back and do that another time, that's not a problem. But for now I just want to head over here a little way and get this last shot, or one of these last shots of Ladybower Reservoir, and then I'm going to head back down towards the Yorkshire Bridge Inn, where I'm going to have my lunch I think, and then I'll head back home from there. But for now I'm just heading over to capture a shot of Ladybower Reservoir. Before I do that, I just stopped a little while back to take a handheld shot. There's almost everywhere you look there is these jagged rocks that are part of Bamford Edge that stick out at the very edge of the edge itself, and they're beautiful, but there's a couple of them just over in that direction that I managed to get a shot looking through them, in between them. So I've got one rock on one side and one rock on the other side, and that was looking out towards I suppose it would be Hope in that direction, but it was a beautiful image. The only issue I had was there's a Chinese family here walking at almost exactly the same rate I'm walking and starting in exactly the same place, and they've walked up here and they wanted to stand on each of those rocks and get photos of themselves standing on the rocks. So of course I had to wait for them to finish taking their photos, but also the guy that was with them, he was taking the photos of each of them individually, and then I had to take a photo of all four of them together. And to do that, it meant me kind of clambering up onto one of those ledges myself in quite a precarious position, I have to say. to take a photo of them, just so that they'd be happy with that. But I managed to do it. It wasn't too much of a problem. But like I say, now I'm heading over towards this composition of Ladybower Reservoir. On the way up here on the road earlier, when I stopped to talk to you, first of all, after I'd put the camera, switched the camera off and stopped recording, a car came up the road and slowed down and came to a stop right next to me. There were a bunch of lads in it asking where Bamford Edge was, so I pointed it out to them, explained how to get here, and they said great, thanks for that, carried on. And as they drove off, I said I might see you up there in a bit. Guess what I've just seen? So yeah, bumped into that bunch of lads, we had a bit of a chat. They were asking about some of the other walks around here. They talked about Jacob's Ladder, so I've given them an idea about where to go there, going up to Jacob's Ladder and straight up to Kinder Scout and doing the walk all the way up there. They were looking forward to it, so nice to see them guys carrying on and enjoying themselves. Anyway, Ladybower Reservoir hasn't yet come into view, and it will do in just a few more yards from here. I seem to remember the very first time I came here, it took quite a walk from Bamford Edge itself to walk along the edge to find the view of Ladybower Reservoir. So I'm glad I knew that, but it just means that it's taken me a while to get from the top of Bamford Edge and that moorland that I first crossed to actually get into Ladybower Reservoir. I'm going to take a few shots here. I think there are 2 or 3 decent compositions of it, and then like I say, I'm not going to bother going up Win Hill today. I'll probably go up there another time, but instead I'm going to head down to the Yorkshire Bridge Inn and get myself some lunch. So I'll take these few shots and then I'll talk to you some more in a little while. So Ladybower has come into view. We're taking my first shot actually of it. It's about 70mm. Quite a distance away from the reservoir actually where I was stood. But it was a beautiful view, and there was a rock in the foreground which kind of leads you towards the view of that beautiful reservoir. So I took that shot at 70mm with a 24 to 105mm lens, surprisingly. I did use the 14 to 35mm, that 35mm earlier on today in one of my other images, but I don't know what the which lens I'm going to use for the next shot of Ladybower Reservoir. There is a slightly better, slightly closer up view of it a little bit further down, which I'm heading to now, so I'll go and take that shot as well and see how that one turns out. So I've managed to find the shot that I wanted to find of Ladybower Reservoir. It's just the perfect composition here where I'm standing, but I'm a little way down from Bamford Edge now. I've kind of walked over the top of it and back around to the opposite side of it, so this is probably the best viewpoint. Just in front of me, in between myself and Ladybower Reservoir, there's a beautiful coniferous woodland that I've walked through previously to get back down from Bamford Edge back towards Bamford itself, and so I'm going to head back down through that woodland again now. But before I do that, I'm going to take this shot of Ladybower Reservoir because I think it's perfect just here, and at the moment there's no people walking past, so I can set my tripod up and take the photo without any issues. So I'm going to take this photo and then I'll start moving on. So I've walked down through that coniferous woodland that I was telling you about a little while ago. It's been about half an hour or so since I left my last photo composition. We're going to get some close-up views now of Ladybower Reservoir. I can literally see it just here. There's a main road right next to me, and it's the other side of the main road, and I can see it beautifully from here. But before I head across there and take some photos there, I want to get a drink. I'm absolutely parched. My throat is as dry as whatever. Sandpaper, I think. But yeah, it's only a couple of minutes now. I'll cross the road and then take some photos over, probably on the dam wall and down towards Ladybower Reservoir itself, and then I'm going to head to the pub. So I've been over onto the dam wall itself. There's a few decent compositions over there, pretty much of architectural stuff that belongs to the dam itself. So there's things like the outlet holes, I think they're called something else actually, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but yeah, there's things like that, and there's parts of the building work of the actual dam itself, and then there's some nice interesting shots of Ladybower Reservoir looking out from the dam. And there's a nice shot really looking out towards that beautiful bridge that you saw in the images from atop Bamford Edge. So I hope you've enjoyed the vlog today. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and also please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I look forward to seeing you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.